Hello and welcome to my channel. This is T So Chic Speaks. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Today we have my hubby with me and we're talking about father's role in a family. And the reason why I wanted to do this video with Corday is just to kind of get a male's perspective in understanding what a father's role is. And if some of you guys have watched my video on the double standards in the society when it comes to men and women, and also the whole Nigerian culture thing. And before I let you start, before we talk about this topic, one thing I've always noticed as well in the African culture, most especially Nigerian culture, is when a guy plays a role or he is involved in his children's life, he's like praised. Like, you know, a man is changing diaper, everyone's like, wow, amazing, clap for him. And I'm like, that's his child, he's doing what he's supposed to do. And I guess it's kind of like in the older generation, but sadly there are some men like that nowadays, like younger generation in their 30s, who don't want to pick a finger because their parents have raised them to believe that a woman is meant to do everything in the household. Or, you know, you have a man washing plates. I've actually heard stories, people that I know have told me that, you know, washing plates and the mom is like, you have given my son a phone, why is he? And it's like, we have to talk about it, because I'm just like, I don't get it. We need to challenge men to do more, to be more proactive. A woman has gone through childbirth and, you know, she's giving birth. She's gone through a lot. Like, a man has to step in. And one thing I have to give to Corday is that, you know, even after I gave birth, even times when he didn't know how to help me personally, after I had Amia, he would just ask, you know, what can I do? How can I help you? And for me, I really appreciated that. But guess what? It was also because we had these conversations before we got married. So ladies, these are kind of conversations that you have to have with a guy while you're dating, while you're courting. Don't just expect every man will know that he knows what role to play, especially when it comes to having kids. You know, how does he see, you know, when it comes to chores in the house, does he believe it's just a woman's role, or is it a joint thing? How would you say that us having that conversation before we got married kind of helped you, prepare you as well to kind of know what to look for in marriage? Yeah,
I mean, yes, absolutely. That definitely helps. But it also goes back to your mindset as well as a guy, how you were raised. How
about, you know, after having a child? How would you say, because I feel like for a woman, sometimes we're expected to just shift from being pregnant, now you're a mom. And it's like, it's a lot of changes. Like, you know, even your body is still changing, your mindset. It's like, even though sometimes a lot of women have that inbuilt, that maternal, whatever, vibe to them. Yeah. Some people take a longer time for them to kind of adjust and fit into their role as a mom, and still trying to maintain their role as a mother, and then themselves as well. In what ways, you know, would you say that you were helpful when we had Amia?
So I think, it all boils down to love, right? The Bible says that husband, love your wife. Now, I made a video a few weeks back about love, right? Love is an action, right? It's a decision that you decide to make, right? When you love somebody, it's not good enough to tell them that you love them, but you also have to show it. And part of showing that you love that person is either asking them, hey, how can I help you? Or taking the initiative to just say, hey, you know what? She usually cook, or she usually, you know, change the diaper or give the baby a bath, whatever the case is. You know what? I'm going to let you rest, and I'm going to do this. So I don't have that mindset of, oh, well, she's the one who's supposed to cook, or she's the one who's supposed to do this, she's the one who's supposed to do that. I'm a big believer in division of labor, and I believe that when you are in a marriage and you are meant to be one, you're supposed to look out for each other. You know, where I fall short, she definitely makes sure that I'm covered, and where she falls short, I make sure that she's covered. It's all about communicating and making sure that everybody understands what's meant to be done. And for the ladies out there, this is one thing I will say. I know a lot of women said, well, you know what? I would just appreciate if you would just ask. But the reality is, a lot of men are not built like that. We are not built like that. And if you want something done, I think even just saying that, hey, I would like you to take initiation, that is still saying something. Because my wife will tell me all the time, you know, I just want you to do this, I just want you to do that. And I will always tell her that, well, if you didn't tell me, how should I know?
Yeah.
But at least she told me that she wants me to take initiation. So next time, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I got to take initiation and make sure to do this and make sure to do that. So if you're dealing with that guy out there, there's nothing wrong with saying that, hey, I would like you to get this done, or I would like you to do this, I would like you to do that. That way in the future, you know, he remembers that, okay, she's already communicated to me that this is what needs to be done.
I think what you said about initiation and taking the initiative is that with a lot of females, and that's something that I've learned from, like, you know, listening to other people talk about it, you know, reading books and just listening to like podcasts. Women, sometimes we have that thing where you go into a house and it's chaotic. You already kind of, you start to map out what needs to be done, what needs to be done. A lot of men come into that same house and they're just like, oh, okay, let me just sit down in the chair. You're like, are you blind? Can you not see what needs to be done? I think one thing I'm learning as well in our marriage is just to just ask. It sounds silly and it sounds crazy, but you have to, and it can be annoying for a woman, babe, because sometimes I'm like, can you just not see what needs to be done? And he's like, babe, how can I help you? What should I do? Or he's sitting there and I'm like, how are you comfortable sitting in the house like this? So something I've learned to just ask, just swallow your pride as a woman, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna build up that anger in your heart. Absolutely. And the moment you now tell him, you just burst out and you're gonna speak to him in a disrespectful manner, because now you're frustrated, because as a man, as a woman, you know, you're stressed. You went to work as well, you came back from work, you're tired, your children are crying all over the place, and your husband is just there watching TV. Some men don't just know how to take it. So sometimes you have to be like, okay, can you please turn off the TV and help me with this? Can you please turn off? But men though, eventually, I mean, Korean is learning. Eventually, as your marriage goes on, you have to kind of now start learning. Why shouldn't, after 10 years, still be repeating the same thing over and over again? So how would you advise the men to kind of, you know, change their ways and kind of just try and watch their wife and listen out to the clues and the signs?
So it goes back to love, right? And I'm going to keep saying this whole love thing because it's very, very important. When you love somebody, you want the best for that person. Yeah. You know, if you see your wife is stressing, if you see that, you know, she has, even if she doesn't show that she's stressing,
yeah.
If you know that, okay, you know, she has to get up, she has to do this, she has to do that, she has to go to work, she has to come back, she has to cook for you. I think a simple phone call just saying that, hey, you know, I see what you're doing, I appreciate you. You know, don't worry about making dinner tonight. I'm going to take us out to dinner. Mm-hmm. Or don't worry about cooking dinner tonight. I'm going to cook dinner for us. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, don't worry about our daughter or our son tonight. I'm going to take care of that. You know, just something that you know that just shows that you appreciate her and just shows that you love her. I think that's really what it boils down to. You always have to have a selfless mentality. Like, you cannot stay married if you don't have a selfless mentality. Because the reality is, I mean, what the mentality should always be, what can I do today to make this person happy? What can I do today to be selfless? And if your partner is thinking that same thing, then you guys are going to be on the same page.
Yeah, I think it's so important. Just to add to what you said as well, it has to get to a point where you can't just see someone literally stressing. They're going through stuff. They have issues at work, and you still expect them to come home and you're like, oh, where's my dinner? You haven't cooked and you're mad about it. Yeah. Sometimes go and make your own dinner. Sometimes be like, oh, don't worry, I got it. Like, you know, it's not. Back in the days, if you were raised that way, if your parents are raised that way, telling you that your wife is meant to do everything, I'm sorry to say, you need to unlearn what you've learned and understand that in our society now, where a lot of women work as well, you can't expect, even housewife, it's hard taking care of kids in the house. Like, sometimes, like, for example, when I had Amia, I quit my job, so I was off work for a while. It's exhausting being with a child. She's now a toddler. It's a lot of work. Yes. And you know, some men, they feel like because the wife is at home, you know, she's not doing anything. What have you been doing all day? I'm back to where's my food? And it's like, that's not encouraging for any woman. Because sometimes you don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what kind of day they've gone through. You don't know, maybe they're going through a stage of potty training the child. The child has put on herself like 10 times that day. Every time you're cleaning them, you're bathing them. It's a lot of work.
And you know what's funny? What? I didn't realize how much work it is. I saw it. Obviously, she does. We don't see her on Saturdays, right?
Because not every Saturday. Some Saturdays.
Most Saturdays we don't see her because she's busy being a celebrity, doing people's makeup. So it's just me and my daughter. That's why, you know, me and her, we have this whole daddy-daughter breakfast. I spend the whole day with her, and it is a lot of work.
That's when you appreciate me more.
A lot of work, and the reason why I said that is because you're not in control of time. You're not in control of what goes on. The child is in control. And what I mean by that is, you know, you can plan out the day saying that these are the things that you're going to do she might decide to say, you know what, I'm just gonna poop, you know, and then you gotta change her. Or she might decide that, you know what, I'm just gonna cry. She might decide that she's gonna be cranky. I'm hungry, whatever the case. And it's like, even just the fact that you might even say, I wanna take a nap. Like, I remember like times that I wanna take a nap, she's smacking me in my face left and right.
Daddy, yeah.
And it's emotionally exhausting too, because if you're not strong enough, you can literally just cry and say, oh my gosh, I can't, why?
And baby's like, why crying?
Yeah, she's like, Daddy, you okay?
Daddy tired?
Daddy.
And she'll be like, Daddy, calm. I'm like, you just told me I'm tired. But yeah, just kind of round this video up. Like, you know, let's just, in the family unit, let's support each other. You know, men, take initiative. And if you can't take it, women, just work through your patience to tell him, and also put into prayer, because some men really need prayer. But then to hear, I don't know, jokes apart though, I just like Corey said, like, you know, if both parties are so focused on making each other's life better, trust me, you will be on the same page, because it's no longer about you at that point. It's about the other person, and it kind of shows unity where you're like, okay, you know what, I can help you. And mothers, please, let's send it to like our aunts, our mothers. When a guy is changing diaper, please stop praising the guy to make him feel like, oh, he's doing a great job, and he's doing something out of the norm. Because sometimes they ignore the mom. The mom is stressed, she does love, nobody will say, oh, well done and all that stuff, like, you know, to the mother. But the one time the guy will change diaper, oh my god, that's so amazing, I can't believe you changed diaper. And it's like, that's his door as well. Like, you know, I get why people praise fathers, because there's a lot of absent fathers, but let's not forget to also encourage the woman as well that has no choice. You know, you're breastfeeding, you can't say, okay, I don't like breastfeeding, I don't care. First of all, your breast will hurt, so you have to definitely pump, and at the end of the day, you just like, let me just breastfeed her. So like, a lot of women, we don't have choices. Some men do, but I appreciate the men that step to the plate and do what they need to do. But some of you men that just sitting out there expecting your wife to do everything, please change your ways. I pray that this video will touch you, and you will change your ways and be a better person. Praise
each other. If you're consistent in doing something, learn to communicate. Like I always tell my wife, I don't always expect for her to make dinner. But if she knows that she's not going to make dinner, all you gotta do is just communicate. Because if I come home and the dinner is not ready and you didn't communicate, that is a problem. So it's not that I expect it, I just expect her to communicate.
Right. Just let each other know that, okay, I can't do this today, I will not be cooking today, or I'm buying dinner, or babe, I'm going to get us dinner tonight. Like, just speak about it. Just expect, or just be so, what's that word? Entitled, like, oh yeah, you have to do this.
And it's nobody's choice.
Yeah,
it's our chores.
Yeah, it's our house.
It's our house.
You clean after yourself. Washing plate is not a taboo for a man. You know, a man mopping the floor, cleaning the house, it's not hard. And I feel like a lot of men, once they do it, they just want praise. It's like, oh, I just do this, which you do sometimes. Koya is actually a good. When Koya cleans, he cleans. Like, he takes his time. But my husband wants trophy at the end to be like, oh, you see that? And just yeah.
It's my love language.
No, that's a lie. Your love language is quality time.
No, my love language is words of affirmation.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know?
But do I not just always encourage you?
Yeah, you built me up.
Good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please send this to your friends, your aunties, your uncles, your family members. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure you did. Hopefully your husband will change after watching this video. But thank you guys so much. Hope to see you on my next one. Have a blessed day. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.